So my friends, I've done videos on this before, but we're going to go over a quick video. How do you stack up against the top 10%? So there's the bottom 90% and then there's the top 10%. Of course you can go into detail with the top 10% and say the top 1%, top 99% and so forth. But for today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 10%. Now this is net worth. This is not how much you make per month. This is true net worth. This is how you really decide who actually has value as far as financials go. I don't care if you make $100,000 a year or $20,000 a year. Your true net worth is the real value. I know people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, but they have so much debt and they barely have any net worth, which means if their income stopped instantly, they would, their net worth is their true value, not how much you make. So with that being said, what is true net worth? True net worth is you take all your assets you have, your cars, your house, cash, stocks, everything you have, all your assets that have value. Household items you can add up. Now, when you add up, you're going to add up all of these items on a list. So make a list and add them all up and add up their true value. So let's say I have a smartwatch. Okay, realistically, I paid $200. Realistically, I probably could, if I had to sell it, probably for $50, maybe even $30. So on the safe side, we're going to say this watch is worth $30. Obviously, you're not going to nitpick and go, in every individual item. So for what I do is I do $5,000 worth of household items. Okay, that's a low number, obviously, but that's what we're going to go with. And then I add that to the asset list. Cash and again, all that stuff. Add that all up. Now you must add up all your debts, credit cards, leases, mortgages, personal loans, student loans, all debt, any money that you owe anybody, you add that up. And you might say, well, how do I add up a lease? Let's say you owe $50,000 on a car. And that lease, you're paying on that lease. Let's say you paid off, $10,000 of that, and you owe $40,000 and you're still making payments. You would take that $40,000 that you still owe and you add that to your debt list. Not your monthly payment, but the actual how much you still owe on that vehicle. And that's what you would do. So you take the total amount of debt per thing. Now you have your asset list, you have your debt list. Now take your debt list and minus it from your asset list. So you would take your debts from your asset list. So let's say you have $300,000 worth of assets. You have $100,000 worth of debt, all your debts combined. You minus that from the $300,000 and that gives you $200,000 true net worth. That is your true net worth. It's assets versus debts. Debts added to the assets. True net worth is left, whatever is left. Now, how do you compare to the top 10% of the financial world? Well, I have gone over probably about 9 studies done in the last 50 years, and I have combined the numbers, the most accurate numbers that I have found. So basically out of 9, I compiled them into one and went with the most legit numbers that, when adding all of them combined, that I came up with. And this is it. At age 18 to 26, to be in the top, this is to be in the top 10%, okay? You need to have $65,000 of true net worth. 26 to 30, you need to have $142,000 of true net worth. 31 to 35, you need to have $259,000 of true net worth. At age 36 to 40, and here's where it gets a little clencher, $464,000 of true net worth. Age 41 to 45, $721,000 of true net worth. 46 to 50, $1.1 million. Age 51 to 55, $1.2 million net worth. Age 56 to 60, $2.4 million net worth. Age 61 to 65, $1.9 million net worth. As you can see there, it dropped from 2.4 to 1.9. And after going on over all the studies, that's because most people that are in this category, they actually retire between 56 and 60 with a net worth of 2.4 million. So when they retire, they actually are draining a little bit from their nest egg, from their assets. They sell off some to buy that boat or to, do that stuff, which then take the cash, buy the item loses value. So that's where you have that fluctuation from 56 and 60 to 61 and 65. And then age 66 to 70, it drops down to 1.7. So in those periods, you're going from 2.4 million down to about 1.7 to stay in the top 10%. But then here's something that's interesting. For ages 71 to 99, $2,079,000. So $2,079,000. So that really jumps from 66 to 70. And after going over all the studies, that's because around 66 to 70, these people, most of them, their parents are gone. Most of them take Social Security, so they're getting inheritance, they're getting money different ways, or bonds are coming to fruition, and so much more that creates that jump in money. Yeah, so how do you stack up? How do you stack up versus the top 10%? It is my goal to be in the top 10% and always stay there. I'm not going to say I won't reach those goals, because when you tell yourself you can't, or you won't, and you can't. It's that simple. Everything starts in here, my friend. Everything starts in here. Change your life and change your world and change those around you. Better you today, better you tomorrow. Do better, be better, achieve better, and have better. Come on, guys. We got this. We got this. See you guys on the next one. If there's anything else you want to see a video on, let me know.